Have you ever thought about moving to Japan to draw manga? For many of us, this has always been a lifelong dream that felt out of reach. But what about those who actually took the chance to go out there? In today's video, I will be sitting down with Keiko Cup, a shoujo manga artist currently living in Japan. The name might sound familiar to you, because her manga debut went completely viral on social media last week.
Konnichiwa, Linnea desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. My name is Linnea Kataya. You can find all of my art on my social media accounts. I use X, TikTok, Instagram, sometimes YouTube. I'm originally from New York, and I moved to Japan about 4 years ago in order to pursue my dream of becoming a mangaka. The manga that I just recently finished was called Kono Gaikokujin ga otaku sugite yume ga kanaerarenai, which translates to "This foreigner is too otaku to make her dreams come true." Yeah, I would say it took around 5 months from start to finish to actually draw it. I pitched the manga to my current editor fall of last year, and then the contest deadline wasn't until the end of March. So right now it's just in the digital magazines for Kiss and Be Love, published by Kodansha. And then I was also given permission by my editor to post the manga in English on my social media accounts.
Can you tell us a bit more about this manga one-shot and what inspired you to create it?
Well, I was already doing a lot of manga one-shots and showing my work to editors in Japan. And one feedback I got consistently from a lot of editors is that I should try to use like my own experience to make like a new story that other Japanese writers wouldn't be able to do. I've lived a pretty unique life in Japan, I think, that a lot of people would be interested in. And even though the manga is not like an autobiography, I thought I would use some of my own experiences as a basis in order to create this one-shot.
Well, it did create a lot of noise. What was going through your head when you saw this public reaction?
I think it ended up becoming bigger news than I expected, which made me really surprised but also excited. It makes me feel even more motivated to work on my manga and projects and everything that I have going on. Just seeing all the people who told me that they felt inspired seeing the news or that they wanted to work harder on their projects and art because of it made me really happy. So I want to keep that momentum going.
Overall, would you say the reception to your debut was positive?
Most people were extremely supportive, which I really appreciate, both international fans and from people in Japan as well. So I really appreciated that. I had a lot of people complimenting the art and story, which made me really happy. My editor really liked the one-shot since the storyboards. She really felt like it tugged at her heartstrings, she told me, which made me feel really happy because I felt really emotional while making it too. And I feel like if you put your emotion into it, then that'll really come out in the work. Honestly, there was a lot more news about me getting a debut itself, being a foreigner in Japan, rather than about the manga itself. So I do hope that when I'm able to post the manga online and it's publicly available for everyone, that I can hear a bit more feedback about the manga itself too.
So my next question is, what made you finally decide to take the leap of faith and move to Japan?
I actually wanted to move to Japan to pursue this path ever since I was in college, I would say, because I studied at art school in New York City. I was a bit scared, I think, to move just because there's a handful of foreigners now who are published here. For example, are the creator of Dr. Stone. I think the artist or illustrator for No Game No Life is half Japanese, half Brazilian. I know Minami from Twitter, who is also published in a shoujo or josei magazine, who is also a foreign mangaka currently working in Japan. There are a few other people, especially in the doujin scene. There's a lot of people independently making manga in Japan who are foreigners, but it's not really a path that's been well taken. So I was pretty scared to take the steps to do that, and I wasn't sure if I would be successful at it. So I just tried for a couple of years in the US to really work on my art and see if I can get work, and I did get some illustration work, and I was still drawing manga, but I really didn't have a lot of the opportunities I wanted to in the US because you can't actually submit to manga contests and things like that unless you have a Japanese address. I think there are more opportunities now compared to around the time I graduated college for people who want to publish manga abroad, but for me, I just felt like I was kind of hitting a dead end career-wise, and I wasn't really able to do the things I wanted to. After struggling with this, it was really the main thing that pushed me to move to Japan.
So let's just say I bought a plane ticket to Japan tomorrow to pursue manga. What would you tell me to do?
The first thing you have to learn is Japanese. Like, that's probably the most obvious thing. But if you actually really want to publish manga in Japan specifically, you have to know Japanese. And I know, like, some people think, like, maybe you can kind of get away with using, like, a translator and just, like, kind of doing that to get your manga out there, which is fine, I think. But really, what I found valuable was developing, like, a personal relationship with my editor. And I felt like that was only really possible because I knew Japanese and could speak to her in Japanese. My Japanese is not perfect at all. I got connected with my current editor through a friend. She does help me with like editing the script lines and things like that too, because there's a lot of things I miss as a non-native speaker. Again, I do think like it will be possible in the future for people to not have to move to Japan to make manga. I think at the time when I moved that there really weren't the opportunities that I wanted living in America. Although I do think that is going to expand more and more now. So for people who don't want to like leave their life for various reasons, there will be more opportunities, I believe, as time goes on. But if you do want to take the steps to move to Japan, like I said, learning Japanese is really essential, especially like conversational level will make your life so much easier here. You do want to have some kind of skill set to be able to live here, because being an English teacher, from what I've heard, is not always the most ideal situation. For me, for example, I work as an animator, which has been really great for me while I'm working on manga because my hours are really flexible, and of course I get to draw all day, so it helps me to just keep honing in my skills. So yeah, if you can find like a good day job that will help support your visa and also give you time to do manga, then I really do recommend that.
So something I always see online is this discussion of, is it authentic manga if it is not made by a Japanese person? So as a manga artist living in Japan, what has been the feedback you've received from editors in relation to you being a foreigner?
At least from my experience, whenever I've showed my work to editors, they're kind of looking in each individual artist, like what's their strong points or like unique points that they can use to kind of fight in the manga scene, just because it's like very competitive, right? But other than that, I think they will view most people like fairly equally. Like the thing that really matters is just your skills at the end of the day. Like how good are you at telling an interesting story that will keep readers engaged, and like how good are you at drawing in like an authentic manga style or like an interesting manga style, you know? So I really do think that they look at those things first. I don't really get too much feedback about, oh, because I'm a foreigner or whatnot. Like people really just look at my art for the most part, which makes me really happy, because I do like Comic Head and other things like that too, and I'm always really happy when people come to pick up my illustration dojins. Or yeah, I mean, I've had an overall positive experience. I feel like as long as you can communicate with editors here, then there aren't as many boundaries as people think.
So what is next for you? Are there any upcoming projects you are looking forward to?
Yeah, my main goal right now is to just focus on creating more one-shots and submitting to contests and hoping that eventually we can get a serialization. That really is the main thing. Other than that, I have a lot of other hobbies and projects I'm working on. I'm currently working on my next dojin for Summer Comic Head, which will be on sale at Tokyo Big Sight next month. And I also recently started indie idol activities, which is like completely unrelated. I've been really excited about.
I just want to say, I've been following you since Idol Royale on Webtoon. So personally, I think it's really cool to see how far you've come. Is there anything you'd like to say to all of your supporters out there?
I just want to say thank you so much for believing in me all these years. There's a lot of people who have been following me for a very, very long time who have been telling me like, oh, I've been following you since blah, blah, blah. Or like, you know, I always knew you would make it one day, which just is really touching to me and I really appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to thank you all so much and want to say keep chasing your dreams.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today about drawing manga in Japan. So how are we feeling, chat? Are you at all interested in traveling to Japan to pursue manga? Or would you rather pursue it wherever you're at in the world? Let me know down in the comment section below. And before you leave, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. As always, keep creating, everybody. I will see you all in the next one.